Hello and welcome back to the Acca Backer here on the Racing Post YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. It's week 4. We yet to find a winner, but this is the week to find them winners. I'm joined alongside my Racing Post colleagues Mark Langdon and Dan Charles. Gents, let's get straight into it then. Mark, what's your first pick for the accumulator?
As a Norwich fan, Jack, you might not like this one, but I'm going for Ipswich to beat Tranmere. They're the League One leaders. Ipswich, Paul Lambert's team, very solid defensively. 6 clean sheets already this season. They've been very good at putting away the lesser lights in the division, and then they've got somebody like James Norwood up front. Of course, Norwood arrived from Tranmere. He was the guy that shot them up from the Conference in League 2 into League 1. They've just found this step up to League 1 a little bit tough, and that's no real surprise after successive promotions. They've only kept 1 clean sheet. That was against Bolton, who were playing their kids at the time, and they're also struggling for goals away from home. And even this season, they've got 9 points, but I think they're a little bit lucky to have 9 points because this is, just week after week, miraculous comebacks. If they concede first and get 2 goals behind, like they have been against a team like Ipswich, no way back.
Good stuff. Ipswich in the Acca Backer. Dan, what's your pick?
I'm going to go for Blackburn at home to Luton in the Championship. I think Blackburn have got an eye on pushing for the playoffs this season. They brought in some experience, Bradley Johnson in midfield, Stuart Downing from Middlesbrough, Lewis Holtby's coming recently as well from Hamburg. So they're having a bit of a go. They also kept Bradley Dack, who's been scoring lots of goals from last 2 seasons. He's got scored in the last 3 matches, and they've had 2 wins in a row, but beat Millwall 2-0 at home, 1-2-1 at Reading, up to 10th place now. And they're against Luton, who I think they're going to struggle this season. They're down at 19th in the table at the moment. Their defensive record is the 3rd worst in the division. The only 2 teams that have conceded more goals than them are Stoke and Huddersfield, who are both winless at the moment in the division. So I don't know. I think Luton, I think they're going to struggle this season, and I'll take Blackburn to have too much for them.
Apologies, Luton fans. We've picked against you quite a few times in this show. Maybe we might pick you next week. Mark, venturing out of England for your second pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Bundesliga leaders, but we're not talking about Bayern Munich, and that goes to show just how well Leipzig have started this season. Their only drop points actually in the Bundesliga came in a draw against Bayern Munich. They won away to Benfica in the Champions League as well. Julian Nagelsmann is just a fantastic young coach. He started in his 20s at Hoffenheim, took them from relegation candidates into the Champions League. With Leipzig, he's taken over a team that's in a much better place to actually challenge for honours. Timo Werner scoring a lot of goals for them up front. They're very aggressive in midfield. They're strong at the back. They take on a Schalke team that's doing really well under David Wagner, of course, who did brilliantly at Huddersfield, but their wins have all come against teams currently in the bottom 4 of the Bundesliga. This is not a bottom 4 team they're playing. This is one of the best in Germany. I think Leipzig, under the Red Bull banner, can give punters wings. I'm expecting a very
very well rehearsed. You've sold me. They go in the accumulator. And Dan, to finish off the fourfold, back from Germany to Peterborough.
Yeah, back to Peterborough at home to Wimbledon. Peterborough had a bit of a slow start to the season. Picked it up though, had 4 straight wins. Then they've had a bit of a dip last week. They had drew 2-2 against Tranmere, who Mark mentioned about their great comebacks. They went 2 up and drew 2-2. Then they had a poor performance actually at Doncaster, lost 2-0. I think back on home soil, that's where they play their best football, is going to suit them. They've beaten Rochdale 6-0 at home and Sunderland 3-0 at home. That's the last 2 home performances. You look at their firepower, they've got the most goals they've scored in League 1. The 3 players there, Ivan Toney's got 8 goals. You got Mo Issa, another striker, scored 6 goals. Marcus Maddison scored 5 goals. I mean, he's probably arguably one of the best attacking midfield players, I would say, outside of the top 2 divisions. So there's a huge amount of firepower. I think the stability-wise, they've missed George Boyd. He's been injured for the last 2 games. Sounds like he's back in full training, could come back in. That will help them. You look at Wimbledon, no win yet in 12 games in all competitions this season. Also, the manager, Wally Downs, has been suspended after FA charges relating to betting. I think 8 bets he's placed, and they're looking into that. Glyn Hodges, his assistant, he's stepping up at the moment. Wait and see how it goes. But it's a tough situation he's inheriting there. They've lost their last 5 away games in a row. Also, they're missing probably the best striker, Marcus Forss, who's on loan from Brentford. He's scored 3 goals in the last 4 games. He's going to be a big miss. So Peterborough for me. Convincing
argument, that's for sure. That fourfold returns about 6-1. Please do shop around for the best prices, right, chaps? Wildcard time. These are the slightly longer odds, you could say. Mark, what's yours?
Yeah, I'm going to go Sunday in the Championship. I'm going to go for Barnsley to beat Brentford. Now, Brentford are one of the best footballing teams in the division. There's no doubt about that. But they're not turning these plaudits into points. They failed to score in 4 of their last 5 matches. And that is a big concern. If you're backing a team around about even money away from home, I think you want to know that they're going to take these chances. And since Mopé left to go up to the Premier League to Brighton, I think it's been a big problem for them, converting those chances. Now, Barnsley, on the other hand, are having a difficult season. There's no doubt about that. They played really well at Nottingham Forest last week. Now, they did lose the game 1-0, but they won the shot count on target 5-1 to limit Nottingham Forest to 1 shot at the City Ground. I think shows that actually they have improved defensively from the start of the season. Hopefully now they can get their attacking game into gear, and I just think at the prices they're well worth a chance.
Positivity for Barnsley fans. Let us know in the comments section below if you agree. And finally, Dan, this finishes off the wildcard and the sixfold. What's your pick?
I'm going to go for, in League 2, Oldham away to Carlisle. Oldham are 19th, Carlisle are 18th. I think sometimes new managers, Oldham have had a lot of new managers over the last sort of 12 months. Yeah. And, they've been criticised for that. But, they've got Dino Marmria in from Stevenage. He had like an injury crisis, terrible injury crisis at Stevenage. I actually like him as a manager. Last season I thought I overperformed by getting near to the playoffs. He's a passionate type of manager. He's the sort of guy you can imagine getting the players going. The first game under him, they've gone on 1-3-1 at home to Morecambe. Looks like on the stats they dominated that game. So that's a nice positive start. I just feel with Oldham, they had a hell of a lot of turnover of players in the summer. Brought in 12 permanent signings, 4 loanees. There was actually signs before Lauren Benede was sacked that there's a bit of an improvement going on there. They drew 2-2 at Plymouth, 2-2 at home to Grimsby, drew 2-2 away to Scunthorpe. So at least they're scoring some goals. Followed that up with a win against Morecambe. Now against that, Carlisle is a place I think where they can win. They're only 1 point better off in the league. They've had no win in 4 home games. Stephen Pressley, the manager there, is coming under pressure from the supporters, so it's not going to be an easy environment for them if they concede the first goal. They're also very poor defensively, conceded 18 goals. Only Morecambe have let in more in League 2. So Oldham at bigger than 2-1, look a big price.
Convincing arguments from all of you. Thank you so much. If you want that in a sixfold, that returns about 80-1. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Acca Backer for week 4. We'll be back again next week, hopefully, to talk about some winners. See you then. Bye-bye.